Welcome to the Ultra Soccer Blog PES 2015 initial impressions video. As you can see, the game has booted up and we are at the main menu stage. Now, it borrows heavily from FIFA's tiled look this year, where you have pages of tiles representing each mode or feature with different menus across the top to page through. The first menu is the home page. And you can see these little icons represent the features that you use most within the game, and you can pin them and unpin them. So if there's features you use a lot, then you can pin them to this front page. And also the game knows which features you're using a lot, because I've been in edit mode mostly since I've had the game booted up, and it's put the edit mode tile at the top for me, which is not usually there. That's usually on just a friendly mode match. So yeah, if you want to pin features to the front page, you can do that here. It's a pretty good little feature. Moving across, under match menu, we have Exhibition Match, which is just a basic friendly. Your Quick Match, which is an online friendly match that doesn't affect the online score. Again, online match lobbies, online divisions, which is very similar to FIFA's online seasons mode. Online team play lobby, and online competitions, which is competitions that will be hosted by Konami throughout the year with cash or point prizes. So very much online orientated, the match screen. Moving across to competition, Champions League, return of the Europa League playable as a standalone mode. The Asian Champions League, also playable as an offline standalone mode. Copa Libertadores, Copa Sudamericana, standalone league mode, obviously reinstated in 2014 after it was left out in 13, makes a return again this year, and Cup, you can set up your own custom Cup tournament to play as a standalone tournament. Moving along to the Football Life page, My Club, Konami's new mode, which pretty much replicates FIFA's Ultimate Teams mode, where you can use in-game earned currency and real-world money and microtransactions to amass a team of world superstars, enter tournaments and leagues, and obviously conquer the world. Become a legend. Take your own individual player from youth up to world superstar. And then obviously the mode that we're most interested in, the famous Master League mode. So that's Football Life. And then on the extras menu, you have a free training mode. Statistics, which is where you will see all the stats for Konami's live weekly team and player updates. Once the game's released, there will be a weekly updating every player's stats true to their real life form, and this is where you can see their stats variation and past ratings and percentages and what they are currently, and also I believe to choose to have that replicate in game or leave it off. Any saved highlights in game you can view here. System settings and options, self-explanatory really. Online settings, so you choose your online lobby filters and connection type and all that kind of stuff. Won't be using that very much at all. And edit mode, obviously not as deep as we was hoping it would be, but still got some good options. So I'll go in and just show you a bit about edit mode. Now you can edit the usual facilities and features within here: players, teams, transfers, stadiums, etc. I've already edited Arsenal into the game in some kind of fashion, so I will show you how that looks. So going into teams, you can see there Barclays Premier League. I've also edited the league name. You can edit the name of any unlicensed league in the game, so change them to what you want. Unfortunately, on the PS4 and Xbox One with no image export available, you can't change the badge, but you can the name, so not so bad. So going into the Premier League, I've chose Arsenal there. You see on the right, all the players' names are correct from the off, so you don't need to worry about any of that. So going to Arsenal. So on the right-hand side under Team R info, you can see Arsenal. I've assigned them the home ground of Emirates Stadium. I've created a manager for them, Arsene Wenger, nationality of France. Their default formation is 4-2-3-1. That's set as standard. And also, you'll notice at the bottom, rival club. There's 3 rival clubs there. You can new features for PES 2015. You can set up to 3 rival clubs for each team. and this will affect in-game commentary in terms of the commentary lines referring to the games being a a local rivalry or a derby or a big game. So they have done a little bit of work on the commentary. How it affects the embedded heart feature, whether it affects stats and player performances, if it's a big game or a derby, is yet to be seen. So so obviously you can edit the team name there. You can edit the strip, usual first, second and goalkeeper kit. This is where you build the manager. So you can choose all those features. Now my image of Arsene Wenger isn't brilliant, but sort of did this in about 30 seconds quickly last night. So obviously you'll get some creations come out that looks amazing, but I'm not really bothered about what the manager looks like. Change squad numbers around. If your player's wearing number 10 wants a number 9, you can give it to him. Game plan, this is obviously where you choose your tactics, your team setup, your formation, any instructions, and you can set up your free-flowing tactics and everything within that section. Home ground. Now I've assigned the Royal London Stadium to Arsenal, renamed it to the Emirates, and I've put detailed settings on. Now there's only 4 generic stadiums in the game. As you can see, the Konami, the Royal London, the Stadio Scorpiao, and the Del Nuevo Triunfo. If you try and assign any of these licensed stadiums to a team, that's fine. But just bear in mind that if you try and assign the Juventus Stadium to your team, it will be called the Juventus Stadium, and the banners and everything in the ground will be relating to Juventus. So just worth bearing in mind. So once you've assigned the home ground to your team, you can set up your rival clubs. Now this is what I mentioned before. I've chose North East London, who are Spurs, London FC, who are Chelsea, and South Norwood, who are Crystal Palace, as Arsenal's main rivals. And then you've also got the option to set up 4 banners in-game, and these will be banners with text which you'll see draped across the stadium in the ground. You are limited to around about 25 characters on text, so you can't have big, long, sweeping statements, but just short, punchy sort of sound bites, and it will stick them on the banners, and you'll see those draped in the stadium. So that's pretty much edit mode in terms of teams. You can come down and also obviously edit each stadium. For instance, if I wanted to edit the Konami Stadium, I could go into here and change the name. So from this menu you can only change the name, but if you actually go into the team options, so if we go back to Arsenal, you will see if I go to the home ground and go to detailed settings, Royal London and detailed settings, you'll see that you can change the turf pattern, the sideline colour, the seat colour, and the goal net design. And you've got different types of goal net design that you can use in game. So you can customise each stadium to a degree to try and look like as close to kind of the stadium that the team would use, given the 4 limited generic stadiums. So that's pretty much what edit mode looks like. Obviously you've got the ability to move transfers around, to set up competitions and competition structure, but I'll let you investigate all that for yourselves when you get the game on Thursday. But for now, that's the Ultra Soccer blog guide to team editing and menus.